This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show. Coming to you from Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome in. You've landed on the best damn sports show in Louisiana. I
Yes,
said
it
it.
is.
There you go.
Can you say that on TV?
Somebody,
Yes, you can.
There was a show a long time ago that called it that, and they were canceled. So we're gonna stick with SoundOff. We're not gonna change the name of the show.
Yeah,
We're-
that's why it
we're
was
not gonna.
canceled.
The
Maybe
best
that's
damn
why it
sports
was
show.
canceled.
All right, Guidry, Hobbs, and Cerro. Joining
Yes.
us later, McNeese baseball coach Justin Hill had some interesting comments
Looking
about the
forward to having
season that's
Coach Hill
coming
on.
up in 2025, the NCAA regionals. You guys got into the weeds in Tuesday about rules and pitching.
I was just kind of.
That was Tuesday's show.
I thought it was interesting.
Get my
It was, yeah, it was
education about
interesting.
it,
All right,
basically.
It's a
LSU, the baseball
sophisticated
Tigers,
game.
redo, reload for 2025. We got into that. The Gumbo Gators, by the way, opened up at home at the Joe, earlier in the week to a pretty solid turnout. They went in 2-1. Don't know the results of those games, but they're playing home games out of the Joe. All right, LSU football Tigers, all right? Remember
Yes.
the helmet over there?
Yes.
They're going to play the Trojans. In the opening, despite what USC might be trying to do or have tried to do, they're
Las
going to play
Vegas.
the Trojans, all right? And the Saints had pretty much everybody show up for the involuntary or voluntary mini camps. The involuntary, better get everybody in there. And Drew Brees headed to the Saints Hall of Fame.
Yes, he
we
is.
got
Oh,
that. All right,
surprise.
big surprise. Preseason number 4 in the country for LSU baseball. Defending national champs. They bring in 2 of the highest rated transfer pitchers in the country in Holman and Gage Jump prior to the season. I mean, talent really top to bottom. You know, the offensive power, that whole thing.
But not a
Well,
Paul
they had
Skeets,
some
though.
holes.
Come on.
Not a Paul Skeets, though. But okay,
All right,
yeah.
but they get Holman and Gage Jump. All right, huge disappointment they didn't get to the Super Regional, or did Jay Johnson get pretty much everything he could
What
from
happened,
this team?
Scooter? Tell us.
Well, you consider they started out 3-12
Yeah,
in
in
the
the
SEC. I give him a pass, but when you get that close,
Tough.
Yeah.
when you get that close, it does make it tougher.
And they were that
It
close,
does.
weren't they?
Oh yeah.
Against North Carolina. A
Yeah,
good
but I
North
mean,
Carolina team, but
like-
they
like
were.
what said Tuesday. That what North Carolina did. That's the kind of story historically LSU gets to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. And they won the opener like that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they were in the weeds against Wofford most of the game.
Baseball is different than football.
No
Football
doubt.
plays
No doubt.
12 usually in the college,
No doubt.
17,
I have
18
to
in the
agree
pro.
with that.
Okay.
But it's a much
you-
more physical game. Let's be clear on that,
Baseball
though.
is, and this is a quote from Justin, it's a sophisticated game. Anyway, I'm getting off in the week.
Okay.
He mentioned it, 3-12. They go into a slump. But I think it galvanized the Tigers. It prepped them for the second half of the year. You can't do that in football.
Well, let me say
you
this.
go in a slump in
No,
football, you're
no,
in a hole.
You only got
And
12
then
games.
everybody
Yeah,
talk about,
Rick.
well, you said, they started off so hot. I think one of the mistakes they made, he did not play a very tough pre-conference schedule.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, that's not good to know, though.
those were
Scooter.
tomato cans
Okay.
to knock
All right,
over,
all right, all right.
pretty much.
Right.
So, I mean,
But not in the league, though. You're saying that 3-12 started in the league. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
in the SEC.
But they went into league play. I think they'd lost 2 games.
Yeah, I
something
know.
like one. Maybe.
But can we credit our Tigers to know that you're coming off of winning a national championship? You got that target on your back, guys. Come on now.
Well, you expect them to
Everybody's
win
coming
it
You
every
think
year.
they ought to win it every year?
Yeah, I do,
All right.
Scooter. Yeah, I do.
All right, look, this team won't dip in talent. The expectations
No.
will be there. It's
No.
Omaha or bust, if you will.
Yeah.
They'll if a lot of the talent comes back, they
There's
again.
a bunch of them that got decisions to make, like
Yeah.
draft eligible sophomores.
Tommy
and
Tanks,
stuff
right?
that-
Yeah.
Well, Tanks is.
He's gone?
He's a junior.
He's
so
gone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a junior. He may be a first round draft pick.
Okay,
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Forget about it. Now Jared Jones. He's draft eligible sophomore.
He is a
And, you can always make the argument, well, he could use another year to get
Yeah.
more selective at the plate, cut down on strikeouts, that kind of thing. But I don't think used to. I think one of the key ones is Griffin Harry, who is a draft eligible sophomore.
Right.
He was great out of the bullpen,
was.
Yeah.
but he wants to start. And Jay Johnson has already said he'll be a starter if he stays.
Yeah.
So
You think a strong nucleus though? With Jay Johnson, I know Tanks is gone. That whole
think
thing,
they got
but
a
they'll
lot.
have a strong nucleus.
They have a
Jake Brown. Let's not forget about Jake Brown. I know the play, but he's a budding star.
No, oh yeah, he's a big time player. They started 3 freshmen.
Think about that.
In the everyday lineup.
But isn't that common among baseball schools versus other sports?
Not really.
3 freshmen
I would
in the
think
SEC?
But I would think that'd be more common among baseball than any other sport. Though,
I don't think so. No.
But
No.
they have a lot of potential. I think the postseason, both the SEC and the regional, show they've got some potentially really good arms that are there. And if there's one thing in baseball, that's college baseball, that's tough to do, is to predict pitching from one year to the next. More so than other positions, like last year. Thatcher Hurd was a big star in Omaha. Was LSU's opening day Friday night starter. And
he struggled. He couldn't find. Look, I'm going to throw a softball at you.
Throw it. I bet I hit it.
Well, maybe.
Watch me knock it out the park. Watch.
A super regional this weekend at Alex Box against West Virginia. Nothing against West Virginia.
Dude.
You would have been there.
Everybody in Lake Charles would have been there.
I mean, odds
Kevin
are.
would have been there wondering what the hell's
Odds are.
I'd have had good
odds
seats too.
are they're going to Omaha.
Scooter, can you believe that, man? 3-3, man. We got a chance to go
Gumbo
to
Gators
Omaha.
are playing some games at the Joe. You got to catch out Renee Gallo and the Gumbo Gators. Lunch and dinner 7 days a week. No guessing whether the Max Bar and Grill is open in Westlake. The grill is always fired up. Burgers, po' boys, fresh seafood, salads. Great family atmosphere, inside or out on the patio, top shelf service, and a great bar to wind down after a tough day. Check out the Max in Westlake.
Story worth telling? It starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
There's nothing better than a game. A great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling than Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged.
SoundOff. Coming back to you from the Sportsbook at
Yes.
LaBerge. Can I do some business here? Can
Let's
I do
do it.
some
We
business?
need to do it, Rick. Let's do
SoundOff
it.
presented to you by our L Club. I don't do it really well. Guidry does it well. That would
That's
be
it
LaBerge
right
Casino
there.
Resort and Matt Lundy. And the A-team legal team, that would be Lundy Law in Lake Charles. Also brought to you by locally owned and operated Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana for expert plumbing, drainage, and water cleanup too. And by J&J Exterminating, shielding what's near and dear to you, Louisiana, for over 60 years. All right, coming up in the next segment, we're going to welcome in McNeese baseball coach Justin Hill. Great conversation earlier in the week. More conversation with Justin Hill on the Thursday show. All right, SEC meetings in Destin.
It's always interesting.
Boy, the media just fly. SEC with conference realignment.
What is the one thing that you know won't be the same this year? Scooter knows the answer.
Well,
but I'm asking you,
spotlight.
what is the one
well,
thing?
the makeup. The spotlight was on the addition of Texas and Oklahoma. And I kind of poked around in some college football, talking head experts. say it's a two-horse race, Georgia and Texas. The Longhorns are very, very good.
You're going to leave my Tigers
I'm
out?
just saying.
What?
LSU
What?
is not. I mean, they're
Scooter,
saying Alabama will be good.
Scooter, he's
You
gonna
buy
leave our
into that?
Tigers out?
You're not buying
Did he
into
really
Texas
say
and
that?
Georgia?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm
no.
never counting my Tigers
Look,
out.
be objective.
Never.
I'm just saying.
Never.
They'll be good.
Kevin,
I'm not buying
you know
Scooter.
what preseason
I know what it is, but I'm
rankings
not,
are
I'm
worth?
not buying
But
it,
we have
Scooter.
fun with that.
I'm not buying it, Scooter.
The other interesting little tidbit that came out of Destin was it was and it was verified online report that USC coach Lincoln Riley has been trying for 2 seasons now to get out of the USC LSU game that will kick off the season in Las Vegas.
Why is he trying to
doesn't want to play the game, and he's been trying to wiggle out of
Why?
it. And then interesting
No,
comment
we have
by
tickets
Scott.
already, boy.
Scott
We're gonna
Woodard
play that
says,
game.
Scott Woodard said it
We're going
was.
to play that game.
Scott Woodard said it was news to him.
yeah, nobody called him.
But, Brian Kelly said it. I mean, he and Lincoln Riley have the same agent.
Yeah,
So that went back and forth.
So Kelly
I don't-
confirmed that Lincoln Riley has been trying to
why is he trying to get out of it?
Now, you know, nobody from Southern Cal has denied it. So that tells me it's probably.
Is there a
something
reason
there.
why?
They're going to the Big Ten. I mean, he's got. It ain't the Pac-12 anymore, baby. It's now Big Ten.
It is kind of strange that LSU is playing Southern
I
Cal
know.
and UCLA.
And
this
UCLA.
year.
Not back to
And-
back, but they
No,
are. Yeah.
Man, we have
And
reservations in
UCLA
Vegas.
will be-
It's all about you, isn't it?
Dude,
It's all
dude,
about
we playing
Kevin
this
Gibbs.
game. We have reservations already
Well,
made. for
Southern
Vegas.
Cal is the neutral site game in Las Vegas, and UCLA has been delayed a little bit, but this is the
Oh, wow. I didn't know that,
LSU's
Scooter.
home game after the it was back in
was
the
it after-
Orgeron.
Yeah.
It was Orgeron's
Yeah,
last year.
that's right.
They
But-
opened the season in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. LSU
Come
will also
on, Lincoln,
LSU will also
man.
play Oklahoma, by the way, if you forgot. That
Yes.
game is November 30th, and no Longhorns, no Texans this
Yeah.
year. That's how the schedule runs.
Well, that's
I
good
don't
for
know. I
them.
think it's funny. I mean, we kind of went back and forth about Lincoln Riley when he moved from Oklahoma to Southern Cal because he was
Yeah.
rumored. Everybody
away.
wanted him. Everybody wanted him in the SEC, but he didn't want to go to the
He
tough
didn't want to
SEC.
go. He didn't want to go.
But now he's in the Big Time. He's in Big
Yeah.
Ten. He's in Big Ten. All right. There was a lot of back and forth at the Destin meetings about this NCAA lawsuit, $2.8 billion. What's going to happen? There's so many unknowns. But one thing is, we touched on it last week, is $20 million. All right. Revenue share, $20 million will eventually be paid to players. There's your $1 again.
On $1, we can add that up.
Revenue
Scooter.
sharing is coming, and roster caps. Roster caps. There's a lot to this, guys, and from Sankey to the coaches to the ADs, too many unknowns.
But even Sankey and the ADs will tell you right now that there's a lot of moving pieces in this thing that it's way too early to figure out how it's going to work.
I got you. Yep.
But I will say this, I'm a little
But
surprised.
it's coming.
I keep hearing, whenever I hear the word billion, even though it's hard to shock me anymore about money in sports, but billion still opens some eyes.
It should.
And when I keep hearing that word billion, but the major conference ADs and
Yeah.
I don't see any panic. They seem to think it will work itself
We'll
out.
see.
I want to see.
You know who might be panicking? Is schools on the FCS that are like McNeese. There's a certain
It's gonna
ratio
affect them,
of
Rick,
percentage that they got to pony up, and they had nothing to do with the NIL deal. Little schools like McNeese,
They
got
don't. It
little
doesn't
bit of-
affect them. I mean, when you think
but
about
they're
it,
going to have to pony
because
up. I don't know.
That's gonna be tough,
It
Rick.
could be 200,000, could be 300. Who
that's
knows?
gonna be tough, man.
But that's a hit on a
That is.
on
That is.
a budget like somebody from the Southland
Yeah.
Conference, and it's
I
coming.
don't know. I personally, I guess old school enough to wish government would stay out of athletics.
Yeah, but
particularly college.
you know,
They want to settle those lawsuits.
they do.
All right.
Government works so well with everything else. Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
fix something
All right,
as complicated
shifting gears.
as
That
football.
involuntary mini camp completed by the Saints. About the only big-time guy that was not there was Alvin Kamara. D.A. Allen thinks, okay, well, we know he's going to stay in good shape. Derek Carr was there, throwing to his receivers. That's critical. Now, the involuntary mini camps coming up like the week of June 11th for the Saints. They need everybody there.
Let me tell you something, Rick. Right now, at this point, I can't see anybody missing any kind of camp with the Saints right now. You don't have that chemistry, Rick. You got new kids. It's a revolving door. It's a revolving door.
Plus, you got a new offensive coordinator.
With the Saints, man.
New offensive coordinator. Kamara is not coming off a great year. Get your ass to the involuntary, voluntary, whatever.
How can you not have everybody there when you know you've got so many moving parts and so many new guys?
I know. I agree.
Dude, let's get it together, man.
Let me interrupt real quick, and you make this quick. I know
Yes.
that's tough. What happens in involuntary camp?
Look,
you had to have gone to them.
Look, you want to get guys there. You basically know what your starting people are going to be at those camps.
But they got to be putting in plays.
Yes,
it's the early part of putting in the play.
Management is looking at what they have.
Yeah.
They're looking, so
rub against the clock.
Question,
Drew Brees is going in the Hall of Fame for the Saints, and they better do that game on that Thursday primetime game when Sean Payton goes to the Superdome. You got to unveil Drew Brees in the Saints Hall of Fame at that game.
Be there too.
That would be perfect. There's no argument. Brees, Thursday night against the Broncos. I'm going to call him and tell him that. Justin Hill coming up next. Stay here.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective borate treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Hey, mister, are you a Roto-Rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling than Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
Welcome back to the Sportsbook at LaBerge, continuing our conversation from earlier in the week when McNeese Cowboys head baseball coach, that would be Justin Hill, in the fourth year. I've been calling you Jay Hill. Is that okay? That's a little Jay Hill.
Yeah, I've been called a lot worse.
I'm not saying anything, man. Not saying anything.
No.
Look, we're going to get into the roster building and looking ahead to 2025 facilities and the like. But man, when you sit here with us knuckleheads again, did you think you would be sitting through 11th season as McNeese's head baseball coach? It's been a fun 11 years for you. I mean,
yeah. Like I said, when I took the job, you can win here. And, and it's there's a recruiting base here from the good baseball in Southwest Louisiana, being this
good
close
roots.
to Texas.
Yeah.
And so look, you can build a house or you can go live in somebody else's. So we decided to build one. Yeah. And we've had some things happen. Some tough things. But that's just kind of how it works sometimes.
Yeah.
But grateful for the chance to be here.
We were talking on Tuesday's show about the pitch rule.
Yeah.
I got another one I want to throw at you.
Okay.
Did you happen to see what they did in the SEC tournament with first and third, or first base?
Oh, the extra base, yeah.
Where the white base and the green base? What did you think of that?
That's kind of been a conversation that's been going on for a little while, kind of in just some rules meetings, and so I think you're going to see it. It's a player safety thing. It's meant to be a little bit easier to play.
Big a problem. Number one, it looks stupid.
Sure, we're not used to it. You know what I mean? Look, and part of it has to do with the reason it's become a big deal is because so many games are televised. it's a reviewable play. So you see that play. Used to it wasn't reviewable. Like if you didn't have replay, you just got the call and you had to live with it. And so now you're seeing it more, so it's emphasized more.
Here's my question, though, and it kind of addresses replay. And I don't believe it came up in the SEC tournament, but it will. When a ball hits right there on the crease between the green and the white.
Sure.
I don't know how you're going to decide that. When you've only have one base, it's pretty easy. If it hit the base, it's fair. If it didn't, it's foul.
Probably those guys, it's probably just like hitting the foul line. Something like that. I mean, it's going to be something. Look, I think we can find a problem for every solution. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Go ahead, Kevin.
One of the things, Coach, and tell me if it frustrates the head coach or even your players, when the window, because I'm watching baseball a little bit more because the Scooters say I need to watch more of it. When you look at the pitching window and you say, okay, that's where it's at, and if you got a guy that sits there, gets a strike on him, and the guy throws the exact same pitch and it's a ball.
Yeah.
Help me understand that because I'm learning. Okay, do you know what I'm saying when I say that? Is it the ump that says?
I think the umpires do a pretty good job.
They're better than
you
you
were
think.
Gonna shoot me down.
Yeah,
Okay?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Look,
because that window changes, Coach. It goes up, it goes down, it moves a little
That's
bit.
The human
and
element.
I'm saying, what the hell going on?
You want a
here?
robot back there?
Yeah.
I will say this: watching the North Carolina regional all weekend, and they weren't favoring one team or another. I'm talking about balls and strikes. Made SEC umpires look a lot better to me.
Really?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. All right, let's get on the Cowboys of 2025. What are the core players? What are your core needs? I counted it. Upwards to 19 seniors. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
You got some roster rebuilding, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the nature of it right now. Look, to survive in our conference and to survive in the postseason, what you're seeing is physical players. And you get physical players, talented players by getting older players. And it doesn't mean the high school kids aren't valuable, but you got to get somebody that can contribute to a win. We had some guys that were on our team this year that had opportunities and grew, and they're going to be better for it.
You had a lot of them had the chip on their shoulders.
Yeah,
because they needed a second chance.
They're going to be better for it. You know, those high school kids for it. So it's a tough time for those guys right now, but it's going to end up playing out well for them. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have that. We're going to have turnover. That's the way the portal works. So I mean, I think you're looking at this year to be more than 50% roster turnover. But that's just some of that was just how many older guys we had and some other guys that have gone in the portal.
I know you don't like to single out guys, but I'm going to press you a little bit. 1, 2, 3 guys that are going to be the core of this team coming up next year.
Well, I mean, I'd like to think Connor Westenberg is going to be a big part of that, and Simon Larinaga, Brayley Hollins. Out of respect for those guys, I mean, the transfer portal is an option for those kind of guys. They haven't. They've said they're coming back, and I'm going to listen to those. I mean, I'm going to respect those and honor those things. And so we hope to get those guys back, and we're going to work as we are doing those things. But pitching wise, we got some rebuilding to do on that. I mean, we were a little short in what we wanted to do last year on the mound. So we've got to load that thing up pretty good this year and try to make some adjustments.
Do you see that being more high school or the portal?
I think it's going to have to be the older players, whether that be junior college players or it's going to be portal guys. So I think we're going to have a really, really busy summer, going to watch summer games and going to watch a lot of that this year.
One of the things I know Rick touched on early on before we came on, Coach, that switch gears a little bit. Talk a little bit about facilities. Where do you want that ballpark to be, and where do you think it's at right now?
Well, the new complex should be what? Breaking ground? Budget-wise, timeline, when are you going to get that new complex open?
So I'll start with from a field, stadium, those kind of standpoint. I mean, we got everything that you want from a player standpoint on our field. We always want to make it better for the fans. Ultimately, chair back things, do some new lights. We want to do some things to. I mean, I think there's a constant growth you want to have with that. The new facility that you're talking about, that we kind of did a little teaser on that about 2 weeks ago. We're going to start having more details and things come out. We're still in the planning stages. Will we see ground broken this year? I don't know if we will, but what I do know is it's happening. I know it's going to be in a couple of phases. I know Part of it will be ready before the player development. The clubhouse will be ready before the player development side. We'll adapt. We'll adjust.
Long time coming.
Appreciate
Long
that.
time coming. In our last 30 seconds, the league is expanding and the jumping jacks are back. It's about time. You like it?
It's going to be competitive. I can tell you that. You know, we got a lot of really good teams. I mean, anybody who wins the league in this one, whether it be the regular season, tournament, they earned it. That's going to happen because it's a really, really tough league.
Can it ever be a two-bid league?
It can. You got to have some things work out. You got to have some things work out. So some things you can't control, but
I know.
You got to win a lot of games, probably win a regular season.
Had to be close this year.
Appreciate it.
Very close. Have a great off season. That is veteran. Can I say that? Veteran baseball coach?
Better know.
I like it. Better know. That's going to do it from the Sportsbook at LaBerge. We'll see you next time, everybody, right here at SoundOff.
Hey, mister, did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at LaBerge Lake Charles.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling, Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
Simply Spiked Lemonade. Made with real fruit that fell from its tree and rolled right into the party.